Good morning, all. CamelbackTrading.org. Coming to this Wednesday morning, July 27th. We are looking at window traders market profile of ES SPY, and I'll quickly show you also every day triple Qs and IWM. So yesterday I called the S&P down since we came out of that 4-day balance out of the inside day, took it out by over $1. Now this morning, what are they attempting to do? Attempting to take out yesterday's high to put us back into basically a 6-day balance, including today. Very, very light pre-market volume. Again, no surprise. We do have the Fed at 2 o'clock and then the press conference at 2:30. Microsoft and Google came out. Microsoft's up pretty good. Google was up also. And I think they both had misses, but obviously not as bad. Again, we talk about how the market, depending on how it's attempting to go, shrugs off a lot of that stuff. Now, we did come back into on the downside on the daily yesterday, but the weekly was still up. The monthly's an inside month with 3 days to go. SPY's pre-market high is 395.43 right now, and the overnight low is 390.14. Game plan for today. Well, there's going to be two separate game plans, prior to 2 p.m. and then afterwards. Let's start with the latter. I'm not a big proponent of trading at 2 o'clock on Fed Day. Just going to have mindless machines and algos just going all over the place. We know they're going to do, I would think, very high odds of a 75 basis point rate hike. His press conference, obviously, 2:30, which lasts generally an hour, is the real important thing with their language going forward. So a lot of times I won't trade after that. Now, I am sim trading still until my money comes into the account. So, I might trade it because it's sim trading, but on a serious note with real money, be very, very careful. Pre-market, however, you can pre-Fed, you could certainly trade this morning. If we gap higher, depending on the size of the gap, you can certainly take a long play. Right? Take a long play. If the gap fills, you get out. There's really not much to lean on. Now, value high is a lot lower right now, so you will be starting with higher value if we're to open here. But there's not much to lean on. So I would use yesterday's high as my out if we gap higher. On the flip side, if we gap higher and it's a much larger gap and it's near the overnight high, then I would watch it and actually might even take a short the first time against the overnight high to see if they front run it. In the next 75 minutes or so, if we open smack below yesterday's high and closer to balance high, there's really no trade. We did use H as the afternoon rally high. If it is to come down towards H's high, you can take a long against that for two reasons. Number one, where there were sellers yesterday, we'll see if they're not there. And number two would be right above value high. So it's a decent risk reward long. Out if you accept it inside of H. Because if you accept inside of H, odds are you might test today's low. And on the flip side, if you open, say, around D's high and try to push up towards yesterday's high, you could certainly take a short the first time to see if they defend yesterday's high. All early plays. And then just quickly on the chart, so I called the daily down. We closed below the 50 for the first time in 5 days. Right now we're way above it. If we take out yesterday's high, we come into a 6-day balance, including today. And like I said, if that is the case and we do that, well then, again, I think by Friday night, we should have a good idea if we're going to be coming out of this balance back to bull or bear. Good luck trading today. Be smart. And we'll recap at 4 p.m.